Thank you, Brian. How about it for Brian Stott? He's doing a terrific job. Mahalo. Aloha. Are we happy tonight? Yes. Oh, let me tell you. You talked about chicken skin before. I mean, isn't it wonderful? Take a look around. Take a look around this room. Some of you have been friends for a long, 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 long time, and a lot of times you're looking at each other going, oh, sorry, oh, gee, sorry. Not this time. Not this time. Now we got Barack Obama running for president, and we are the happiest people on the face of the earth to be able to vote for him. Oh, it's nice to be backing somebody up and you know, oh, this is the time. This is the one. This is going to do it. This is going to make the difference. And that's one of the things. I mean, I'm going to look at my note. Happy. That was the first word that was on my nose. Happy was that first word that was on my nose. Oh yes. You know, it's such. I'm pleased to be here. Well, you never hear politicians say that before. Where Senator, did you ever say that before? Oh, happy you would to be someplace, right? But you can tell. You can just look at me. You can feel it. Can you feel me? Am I coming through? I'm going to pass a collection plate around. Sorry. Oh yes. You know, my wife sometimes tells me, she says, "Why don't you go into religion and make some real money? Get out of that." So this is like a religion to us now, isn't it? You know why? You know why? Because this is not an election. This is not an election. This is a movement. This is a movement. When Andy was we can reach out to Nevada. Right? To all the folks from Hawaii that are in Nevada now. They're elsewhere. They're in Washington. They're in Oregon. They're all over. They're especially in Nevada. That's what I mean. I know a lot of them are thinking, well, why should I go to that rally tonight? I mean, yeah, I'm for Obama and all my friends, we're all happy now. We all know we meet each other. Hey, right, you know, we're going. We know that. But why should we do it? Because it's not just us here. It's all across the country. A movement. Taylor Grant, the biographer of Martin Luther King Jr., said, a movement is faith in strangers. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that a wonderful thing? A movement is faith in strangers. Now, we don't know necessarily those folks in that, although we may. Somebody's cousin is just like Barak said, you know, my cousin's Anthony was the third cousin to the Calabash, and it was you. Right? We might know somebody in Nevada. You never can tell. And even if we don't, we call from here and they know you're from Hawaii, they know we're connected up with that movement. You're not a stranger anymore. We got family all across the country. We're going to be family and community to one another again. The roots of Barak's faith in this country came from Hawaii. Lokaki, harmony, community, right? Ohana, family. We know those words. They're not just words. They mean, they are life to us in Hawaii. They're the aloha spirit. And so that's what's going to sweep across the country. Now, I remember talking to Obama saying, you got to get ready to run for president. He said, well, you run for president, just been elected to the Senate. I said, a great wave is coming. A great wave is coming. You know about waves in Hawaii. And you know about waves in Maui because the biggest waves of all come into Maui, right? The ones that ride those waves. The wave comes over you. And I said, when that wave comes, you've got to be ready to ride. You cannot be thinking about it at that time. Because all the waves, no matter how great, no matter how powerful, no matter what kind of kinetic energy exists in that wave, all waves eventually dissipate in the sand, don't they? Oh yes, all waves. No, they don't exist forever. They come, they build, they're swooping in, and then they all disappear in the sand. So when that wave comes, you have to be ready to ride it. Because it may not get that chance again. Events are coming together. All across this country, the divisions that we have in this country, the disgust that we have with the way politics is going, how people are demoralized, how people are thinking, when are we going to count for something again? We want to be part of something where we know that we count for something good for once. And that wave is coming. You're going to ride that wave. You're going to take what you learn in Hawaii, and that wave is going to sweep across the country. And it's going to do more than that. It's going to sweep across the world. I can tell you, Brian said, I'm the chairman of this committee. You hang around long enough, they make you a chairman. And that right? They hang around long enough, they make you a chairman. Sure. And so I've been all over the way, yes to Iraq and yes to Afghanistan, where we need to bring those young men and women home, because we cannot have them doing what the politicians have failed to do. We cannot do that. And so they wanted that to happen. Europe, everywhere I go, I am telling you, when Barack Obama is elected president, instantly, that very instant that they announce that he's won the presidency, the whole world will change. Everyone across the world will say, now we can get back to a dialogue, to a discussion, to a dialogue with the people of the United States in a way that we show respect for other people, the same way that his father was able to come here to Hawaii. In those days, instead of sending armies to bully and kill other people in the rest of the world, we had libraries. We reached out, we had diplomacy. We gave scholarships to people like Barack Obama Sr. to come pick a school anywhere he picked Hawaii. Come anywhere you want, meet with us, talk with us, be with us, see who we are. Not with anybody looking over your shoulder and telling you what to do. That's the kind of world that we'll have if we bring Barack Obama back in and the Congress to back him up and officials all the way down the line. That's what we're talking about. That's why we have the enthusiasm. That's why I've got my notes here. I'm going to look at another note right here, because I want to make sure that you don't forget that what Eddie said before. We already know. We're going to vote for Barack Obama in Hawaii. We know that. We know that we can reach out to them and do that. But let me tell you something, because I deal with it every day. When I'm back in the Congress, believe me, I know what's happening. They can see that wave coming on the other side. And let me tell you, they don't want us to be riding on it. And they don't want him to be able to survive that ride. They're going to try and pull him down. They're going to try and run him off that way. They're going to try and take him out of the way. And they've got the way to do it. I'm sitting here, I got the tears come up. My heart goes out to John McCain. Because he's afraid he doesn't have enough money to run against Barack Obama. And he says, Barack Obama, he's not going to finance his campaign through the public. 1.5 million people, an average of $94. If that's not public financing, I don't know what is. That is exactly what he set up, and that's exactly what's happening right now. But what have they got? They've got these groups out there. All you got to do is call an advocacy group, and you can get any amount of money that you want. You can put in $5, $10, like, oh yeah, you can put in 50,000, 50 million if you want. They can collect anything they want, then they slip vote you. Then they come after and they lie about you. And they make up stories about you. And they make up stories about your spouse. And God knows they'll probably do it about their children next. That's the kind of thing that we've got to be able to work against from the grassroots. That's why we have to support the campaign. That's what this public financing is all about. We cannot allow happen this time what happened to Gore, what happened to John Kerry, when they were able to lie about them, when they were able to vilify them, when they were able to diminish them, able to question their patriotism, question who they are, to be able to create doubts and anxiety in people's heads. We're going to fight that from the moment that it gets started. We're going to take them on, and we're not going to let it succeed this time. And so the way that we're going to do this, the way that we're going to handle this is that we're going to social network. Now I'm doing it myself. Boy, I got my websites, and I got my Facebooks, and I got this and that, and I got my Twittering, and my uttering, and my chatting that I'm out there doing. I'm going to do it tonight. I'm going to say I was over at Maui. I'm going to tell them all about you folks. It'll be nice to me before I get out of here. And that's what we're going to do. We don't care what the newspapers say. We don't care what the major media is going to say. We're going to network with our friends. We got email. We're Twittering. We're talking to people. We got our networks that are out there. And the folks that we're in touch with, they got their networks out there. And it's not just in Hawaii. It's all across the country, isn't it? You're talking to people, family, friends, a dispersed network all across the country. That's how we're going to do it. I mean, it's never been done before. This is the most public campaign that's ever been held. This is the most grassroots campaign that's ever been held. We're going to win because each and every one of us knows that we count, because we're able to communicate with our friends and neighbors, our pals, our internet friends, and everybody else who get back to us. And we know, and they know, that we're the ones that are going to determine who the next president of the United States and nobody else. So we're going to start